All right, thanks for coming to this video today. I'm going to teach you how to solve a system of equations. We've got one of the equations written in the standard form, one of them is written in slope-intercept form, and we're told we're not allowed to graph them. Okay, so you're not allowed to take this and create a line. You're not allowed to create a line on a graph for that and find where they intersect. We have to solve it algebraically. So if you're in your Algebra 1 course right now and you're struggling with this, don't get too down on yourself. This is probably the most challenging thing we teach throughout the year. If you're in Algebra 2, hopefully you're here because you're getting a review and you just need a reminder of how to solve these algebraically. I'm going to start by teaching you the substitution method in this video. You can come to some other videos where I'll teach you the other two methods, graphing method and elimination method. But for today, we're going to stick to the substitution method. Okay, we call it the substitution method because we're subbing in something that we already know. That's what algebra is all about. Taking what we do know, plugging it in to find things that we don't know. That's why we have variables, right? Okay, what we know right now is y. Whatever the variable y is, we know it's equivalent to the expression of 5x plus 4. So if you have an isolated variable, a variable all by itself on one side of the equal sign, you have what I like to call a sticker. Right here's our sticker, 5x plus 4. 5x plus 4 is really just a y. So if you go up to this first equation where there's a y, I can replace that or substitute it out. Instead of 2 times y, I could say 2 times all of this. Because all of this, 5x plus 4, is the same as a y. So I'm just going to take this top equation. I'm going to rewrite it exactly as I see it. 3x minus 2, but instead of times y, I'm going to say times all of this, 5x plus 4. So you just plug that expression right in where the variable y is on the other equation. Okay? Now that we have that, we still need to write the equals -1. And what you've done is you've gotten rid of the y variable. Now you only have x's. So we can combine things and we can solve for x right now. This is where math gets so cool, right? I mean, this to me is where I actually get super excited about how numbers work. It's amazing. -2 times 5x, -2 times 4. A negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 5 is 10. And make sure that x stays along for the ride. -2 times 4. A negative times a positive is a negative, and 2 times 4 is 8. Bring down your equal sign, bring down your -1, and we haven't done anything with 3x yet, so we're going to bring that down as well. I'm now looking at this equation here, and I know that I can combine 3x and -10x, so 3 minus 10 gives me -7x minus 8 equals -1. I'm in a two-step equation. If you're watching this video, you should know how to solve from here. Add 8 cancels, add 8, leaving me with -7x equals -1 plus 8 is +7. Last and final step, divide by -7. Divide by -7, x equals positive divided by a negative is a negative, and 7 divided by 7 is 1. This is great. I know part of my answer. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, we just did all this work and we only have half of the answer. The second half comes very quickly. We know what x is. So right now, if I wanted to give my answer, I could give half of it, -1 for my x part of the coordinate. I need to find the y now. So I know x is worth -1 in this equation, so I'm just going to pick one of these to put it in. I could put a -1 right there where that x is, or I could put it right there where that x is. I think the lower equation makes more sense. It feels like it's easier to me. So I'm going to write y equals 5x plus 4, but instead of an x, I'm going to put what I know x is equal to, which is -1 plus 4. Now I can just work this out, and what I get would be what y is equal to. 5 times -1 is -5 plus 4 equals y. -5 plus 4 is -1. And by golly, would you look at that? Both of our numbers are -1. So our solution is x is -1, y is -1. This is how I would expect the answer to be given. Now, You can check your answer by making sure it comes out to be true in both cases. So if I'm not 100% sure if this is right, just check your work. Put a -1 where the x is, put a -1 where the y is, and see if it comes out to be true. 3 times -1 minus 2 times -1 should equal -1 in this case. 3 times -1 is -3. -2 times -1 is a +2. And -3 plus 2 does equal -1. Therefore, life is good. We've already checked this one up here. And so we're happy with it. -1, -1 is the solution to this system. If you were to graph this line and this line on a graph, they would intersect at -1, -1. Boom! Doesn't it feel good? Study hard and good luck on your upcoming test.